Welcome back. We are at part 25 and we will be working on the neck. You ready? Okay. And the eyes, I think. Neck and eye socket. Yes, here my model was jumping, so I had to get out of the quadro to select the face and then press F on the keyboard so I can center it to the model so I can rotate around. Before I did that, it was jumping around and I didn't have a clear view. I hope you know what I mean. Yeah, we can use that part of the eye socket for now. But then after we're done with the whole retopology, we will extrude loops for the eyelids, for closing the eyelids and everything. So for the time being, we're not going to close this. I like doing the eye sockets. It's kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think I'm getting tired of retopology. Can't wait to move on to the next part. Yeah, it is a slow, painfully slow process, sorry. But it's quite rewarding, isn't it? At the end, after we rig them and animate them, and I really like the part when we're testing the rig, because you can make them do whatever. Yeah, that's the reward, isn't it? Making all these characters come to life. That's nice. Okay, let's create a nice loop. We always want to have these nice loops, especially around the eyes. And we will need quite a lot there because his eyes are literally popping out. So the eyelids need to be, we need to have enough geometry there so we can close them. I found this part quite challenging when I was doing the blend deformers, the blend shapes, the blend shape deformers. For those of you who don't know what that is, later on, we'll figure it out. Because even if I use terminology now, for me it's easier to use simple terminology. And even explaining things which are for myself, I need to learn when I do it. I need to see it to be able to learn. When I'm reading it I do understand, but I need to be able to do it to understand. So that's why I'm not even trying to explain what's blend shapes or blend shapes deformers. Yeah, we don't want that there. There we are. If we continue connecting it this way, we will have enough loops around the eyes to even add there. So now we're connecting the eyes to the rest of the front of the face. I'm thinking here. Because I definitely want that second edge loop next to the main loop for mirroring. Remember, we always need to have that main, where's my mouse? This main loop which goes all around the body. That's our mirroring line. Yeah, therefore, what I was trying to figure out is for the here around the nose, the cavity for the nose, we need a little bit more geometry. So when we use the smooth modifier, I think it's a modifier. Yeah, in Blender it's a modifier. In Maya, probably I assume it's called modifier as well. Smooth mode. There we are. Found the word. Yeah, I'm still figuring it out here. How to do the faces. We're gonna do similar things for the elbows and the knees. Well, just the knees in this case. Yeah, I think it would be nice first to get that second loop in there and then figure it out. I'm getting tired. I think it's more challenging doing the audio recording rather than doing the work itself. Yeah, there we are. That's how we're trying to do this area. And this is nearly half an hour video. That's fine. Hang in there with me. Yeah, because at the moment, here we do have edges, but if we hit 3 and we go into a smooth mode, it will give us a nice proper hole, smooth hole with no edges. And that's the goal. So we have the geometry as less as possible for animation, and then we use modifiers. For example, in Blender. I guess in Maya it's again some kind of a modifier. But it's automatic in Blender. We actually do add it as a modifier. Subdivision modifier. As far as I can remember, it's been so long since I've worked in Blender. Now we need to close there. Is it gonna work nicely? No, I don't think that's gonna work. Is it? No. I think I'm gonna fix that there. No. Let's try not edge loop and see what happens there. Is it better? I'm just looking at from an angle. Yeah. You see, I tried to go into smooth mode 3. So now we are in the smooth mode. I wasn't in the correct. I was in the high poly, and when I wanted to smooth it, it asked me, "Are you sure?" So yeah, that's how it looks in smooth mode. 3 on the keyboard, 1 to get back into normal deformation. There we are. Now we're back at 1. I guess it should do the trick. It looked like a nice H on the keyboard if you want to hide the model. For those of you who were wondering how I hid my model. Select the model in the outliner and then hit H on the keyboard. That's the shortcut key. I need to turn around. Yeah, here it will be very difficult because you see all that detail here. It's almost as if it can't read it in a certain angle. And you see how it's getting almost inside the model, and sometimes you see it's very difficult for you to use the tool on it because it's almost as look it can't see it. It doesn't offer me actually the face that I want to do. So well, I think I'm gonna delete that dot and I'll just use the extrude tool with the auto weld turned on. What's happening here? I think I paused again for some reason. Yeah. You see, that's the other thing. I think that in that moment, my little daughter, she interrupted me, and when she's home, she keeps interrupting me every 10 minutes. So that's another reason why I can't do the real-time videos because I would not get too far. And this way I can work even when the girls are home. A nice loop there. Another loop there. Control on the keyboard. Extrude. Tap on the keyboard and then turn around a little bit. Oopsie. You see, I am trying to move it, but it's very difficult. It's placing a dot instead. Tap on the keyboard, extrude. Keep extruding until we get a nice loop there. Extrude. Let's move it around a little bit. Position it where we would think it would work for us. I remember in the beginning it was very difficult for me when I was doing the retopology. It was very difficult for me to actually anticipate which direction in the 3D space face or an edge or a vertex needs to, not a vertex, two vertices, edge or a face needs to be positioned to, if may I say this way. but the more experience I got, it's easier for me to actually tell which direction I wanted to point at. Does it make sense what I'm saying? I hope it does. So I deleted the history here. That's good. Good connection. Command Z, so remove that dot. We don't want the dot, we want to move it. It's the tricky part there with the detail around the eyebrows. Yeah, let's move around a little bit. I'm going like this as well. Sometimes I do feel that I'm trying to go in the same direction. That's looking good. What is happening here? Yeah, how can we? Yeah, you don't want to be adding a loop here. Where is my mouse now? You don't want to be adding a loop here because if you add a loop here, you would need to add a loop at the bottom as well of the eyelid here somewhere. Because remember, I counted them. So I'm trying to avoid adding any loops for now here. And again, I counted them and it still didn't work out the way I wanted it to work. Yeah, how did I figure it out there? I think I'm trying to delete those, am I? Yeah. Because you can delete an edge loop or a face or lots of faces if you drag and select, it will delete all the faces that you're selecting while you're dragging. Yeah, that's a good thing. You see, it saved us from adding another loop. We worked with what we had and now we're placing another one there. Fair enough. Nice. How many do we have there? Well, that can be closed. I'm just checking the loops around the eyes. It's a fiddly job, isn't it? I paused again. Yeah. I was definitely interrupted again. That might do. Yeah. Let's see. The trickiest parts are hands, feet, eye sockets, and mouth. After you've done the main parts for this, then connecting the rest of the body parts is very easy. It's very nice. But this main part is very difficult. Because that's literally the part which You know, for example, I use blend shape deformers um, to do the face animation, rigging and animation, and then these blend shapes deformers I attach to controls, and the controls are attached to the whole control rig. For the rest, I use joints. And for the blend shape deformers to work, you need really nice and tidy geometry. I'm still figuring it out. It's the more projects I work on, the better. The more I work, the quicker I get. The more I learn, the quicker I get as well. That's why I like working on personal projects when I don't have paid projects. Let's add this up as well. It's nice. Good. I think later on this face, I think I'm gonna delete this one. Yeah, it feels too stretched. Oh yeah, now I remember. I wanted this for the tail. I wanted the tail to have a nice two edge loops, basically there. It's good. That looks good. I thought we were doing the neck here as well. Maybe not. My apologies. Deleted the face. I think I'll separate it a bit because otherwise it's gonna get too stretched. Oops, I didn't want it there. Yep, that's where I wanted it. And now it looks better, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah, the smooth tool is a good tool, but like I said before, you need to be careful with the edges. Now it's good to smooth, and then just move this one. There we are. Yeah. You see how easy it is afterwards to connect it? Because to be honest, there for the head and the body, we don't need that much geometry. And that was difficult for me to figure out, is how to do the detail on the eyebrows, under the chin, on top of the back, and the tummy area. And I was thinking and thinking, and then I just decided to do them as separate parts, which was challenging with the weight painting later on. Maybe I could have gone a little bit with less geometry there as well, but it worked. It didn't work perfectly fine, but it did work at the end. At least I'll know for a similar project later on, to bear in mind that I should try with less geometry there for these separate parts. Yeah, good connection there, I think. Yeah, this one is a bit long. It's 26 minutes. Sorry. And we're done. Yay! I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.